Hey, I want to say something about. I said something, not say. I used to have a girlfriend when I was. I'm not gonna go there. All right, let me get to the point. Uh, Try again. Try again. Said something very interesting, and he has a very non-objective, non way of saying things, and he presents a lot of facts, and I can appreciate that. And he brought up one interesting fact that adoption. Hey, I don't have the quote that he said, but adoption is not concerned about morality. It is a contract of whatever gaining children or anything like that. So it's not concerned about morality. And so my I responded, and I'm saying, yes, that's true. It's not about morality. The state is not interested in the morality of these children, or if they are placed in an immoral environment, because they don't make that judgment. Christianity or Catholicism or the Catholic charities are concerned about the moral well-being of these children. And so if the nation says we're not immoral and that separates a church and state, they're just trying to deal with the problem of children that don't have parents. Okay, and so first thing, I think that it's really bad to assume that the parents of these children did not love them. That's one really vile, hypocritical thing to say about the parents of the biological parents of adopted children. It is not that their parents. There might be some cases, but it is not that the parents don't love them. Lots of times that it is through circumstances and things that they cannot cope with, or different situations. Sometimes it's just plain they got caught up on drugs. Now you can go through all the lines of the circumstances of that. But so when people say, "Oh, unwanted, unloved children," that is really unfair, very foul, and very slanderous. So it's very vile to do that, and so to make these comparisons, to have to put somebody down in order to build your own case, or to get your way, I think it's very foul. And so that's what these do. It's just as foul as saying, look at your divorce rate. Your divorce rate. This is a reason why we should be married. That's really very foul. So my concern is that there are a lot of unprotected. I want to bring up. I agree that the state is not concerned about whether these children are placed in a moral environment. Basically, they're just trying to get places for the children that they feel like they'll food, need, shelter. And when they say, well, it's loving environments, okay. Well, that's really, I can say, I'm a very technical person. I said, you can't prove love, that you love each other or anything like that. You can't prove what love is. So if you're going to stick to the rules and say, we're not going to bring in these ethereal, esoteric, intangible, spirit-filled notions, then you can't no more bring in love any more than you can bring in the loving, eternal, esoteric, spirit-filled, everlasting, holy, omniscient God. Okay, you cannot bring him in it. And I think that it is very fair to say that you can't bring love in the argument, just as you can't bring God in the argument, especially with God being love. So it makes very much sense that you cannot bring it. You cannot judge whether somebody loves each other as reasoning and rationality. So there is a lot more reasons, and you need to look it up on Wikipedia, why marriage exists. Bloodline, exclusive property, which is what a lot of people are saying. Well, it's all about the love, but we want to make sure we get their property. Which is it? Okay, and so I think they just need wills, if that's what they're gonna deal with. So bloodline, exclusivity, property, and procreation. That was bloodline and procreation. All of that ties up in another one, and a number of them they don't qualify other than property. So really, it's about the money. It's really about people who are concerned about getting somebody's money. If you take out love, you can't create children. It's not bloodline. You don't procreate. So it's about property, money. So, to handle that, you don't have to be married. So commitment, and then, you get into people using each other and stuff like that for all those reasons. So here's the point of this. So I want to bring up the point about adoption is that we have unprotected children, and if you can't procreate, then let's connect the dots. Can't procreate, need children to further the cause to train and recruit into this environment. Adoption, unprotected children. Okay? So by rights, I think it is immoral to set up these unprotected children to be recruited into this, basically just because they don't have parents. So the mere fact that you say, well, they don't have parents, that's right. That's why you're going after them, because they're unprotected. That's why you're going after them. So I just because if you were so concerned about them, then you would do more things in your own lifestyle to do. It's like, oh yeah, we love children, but they're not worth having our own for. Yeah, we love children. Oh, well, there's just a surplus and nobody cares, nobody wants them. We can use them. So to me, it's very, very selfish. And the government doesn't care. And the point of the Great Depression is that there was a train that they would put kids on it. I don't know if I mentioned this in this blog, or I said it in another blog I know. But there was a train that they would put the kids on during the Great Depression in New York, and these people just could not take care of their kids. They just could not afford to do it. And so they felt that it would have been a better chance for their survival if they had done this. But really, it's a real hard thing, and I can't judge it. I can't judge it. I'm not the one to say anything about it. But you put the children on the train, and they would just run the train. It's a historical fact. And it was no option of who these children came. That whoever picked them up could have been a molester, a rapist, could have been anything. Could have been a farmhand, could have been a user, could have been a masochist, anything. There's no way that they could tell. And essentially that's what we're doing. That's how I see it. Is that we just don't care about what happens to them, or at least the Catholic charities care about the moral environment and the good nature of the people that do it. Now, that wasn't what I wanted to vlog about. Today I went and got my hair cut, right? And I went to two places where I would go. And one was, I went there and there was nobody in there. There was this beautiful young girl there. And I said, anybody here? And it's like, no, there's some people in the back. So I go in the back and I ask the people back there. There's a bunch of women and one guy. One guy was absolutely homosexual. I had seen him around a lot, And that's the thing, I don't hate homosexual. These people, I see them all the time, But there was a girl I didn't see, right? And so I was sitting out there waiting for her, and she came back out, and she was this beautiful girl, about as lesbian and dyke as she want to be, She was short hair, very, macho in her nature, but she was so gorgeous. I was like, I paid her a compliment, whether that's impolitically or politically incorrect, I don't know. But she was really, really beautiful. And so I told her, hey, you should be a model. You're gorgeous. I mean, there's a lot of confusion to where, when somebody hops the track, does that mean like I can't hop the track to go get it? Just because you hop the track don't mean that, if I see a beautiful lesbian woman and she's beautiful, I'm gonna be like, yo, baby, I don't care if you are dressed like a dude, you a beautiful woman, beautiful. And the girl was like, yeah, I know it. And so then I went down to the other barber, and there was like 10 guys. And as soon as you walk in, there's all these homosexual guys, right? And I think they know one of the barbers, right? And so they're flaunting around and swatching around trying to draw attention, right? And getting all this, they were really trying to get attention because they get all excited and stuff. And then one thing I don't like about them is that if you walk by, then they'll start hissing this foul language and just this, nasty stuff, oh, balls and calling each other bitches and faggots and shit like that, excuse me. But, the other guys who are in the barber shop and I'm doing my hair, and they know that they work there too, but they sniggle and laugh and kind of mock these guys. And I think that's inappropriate. I think that, I know that they're annoying, because they want all this attention. They want to flaunt their homosexuality in front of heterosexual men. But I really don't, I understand that, but I don't feel like it's right to play into it. I mean, they get what they deserve. If they they're aggravating them, then they can aggravate them back, but really, it's kind of, to me, I'm not one like, oh, they make all their sweet jokes and all this other stuff. That's kind of obvious. So it's a lot of stuff about it, I mean, they were acting so gay, but still, you don't have to, mock them, it's, even if they're making a mockery out of themselves, I mean, can I say, if you saw it, you would think the same. And there are always these young guys, these young homosexual guys, the vanity and stuff. Anyway, God bless you all, love you all. That's just a part of my day. So, I personally think nothing of it. I'm just there to get a haircut. It didn't mean anything to me. But, it does, when you see for a group of homosexual guys, you're like, I'm sort of like, lucky it ain't a law. Yeah, I could be in trouble, And see, that's one of the things they were joking about. It's like, yo, that dude said he wanted to jump on you. And the dude said, and if he does, I ain't going to help you. Sorry. Anyway, God bless you. Just a talking chunk.